Hello and welcome to Happy English School. I've been thinking of making this video for quite a while and I hope that you enjoy it and it will be useful for you. As you know guys, at our English lessons, along with the grammar rules, etc., I give you some additional tips on how to learn a language with the best outcome for you. And in this video I gathered all of them in one place so you can easily find them. Okay, so let's get started. 10 tips on how to learn a language. Tip number 1. Your memory is limited. Even if you have quite a good memory, you know that it has boundaries. That means that when you learn something, you fill up that space with unnecessary information. You learn phrases, words, new dialects, and you fill up that space. And then you find it impossible to remember where you put your keys. You know why is that? Your brain sends you mayday signals to show that it's low on memory. Stop learning all that stuff, wasting your space, and save it for something that is really important. Tip number 2. Don't look up the lyrics of the words. Why on earth, by the way, would you like to do that? If they had wanted you to understand them and get the idea of the text, they'd had seen to make those videos in your language, right? Tip number 3. Watch the films only with translation. Why should you bother reading a book or watching a film in the original, if you can watch it in your own language? There are professional translators who get money to translate. And even if you happen to watch a film in English or in any other language that you are studying at the moment, use only your native language subtitles. You are here to enjoy the film, not to read the subtitles, translating them line by line, and even trying to rewind if something's unclear. That will totally ruin the whole atmosphere, and your popcorn might get cold. Tip number 4. Questions are for weaklings. All of us know that moment when the teacher asks if there are any questions. Are there? Don't ask. There are two options here. The first one, you just stare on the floor and concentrate on the question as hard as possible. If your teacher is a real guru, she will definitely catch those signals and answer those questions even without bothering you. But if your teacher is a middling, there's an option number 2. There's one great thing about things that you didn't get. With time they just vanish. So you don't have to do anything, just wait. Number 5. Be afraid of mistakes. Stay mute. Every now and then at the lesson you are asked questions to get motivated to speak. You know what to do? Nothing. Don't say a word. Just stay mute. When that happens, think only of one thing. Mistakes. Just imagine. What if you make a mistake? What if you say something silly? Everybody will laugh at you. Your teacher will mock you. Your reputation will be ruined forever. When your parents find out, they will repudiate you or send you to your room with no dinner. Your best friend will find new best friend, and step by step you will find yourself working in McDonald's serving coffee. Is that what you really want? All those people working in McDonald's once made that crucial mistake. They spoke at the lesson. Tip number 6. Imagination ruins everything. Well, this one is really important. Whether you write a small dialogue or an article, you should use as less effort as you can. Write about that is really banal. Examples about going to the park or playing football or watching TV will do. Don't reinvent the wheel. Look here. The more narrow-minded you are, the more purposeful you become. But if you try to use your imagination, your outlook will broaden, and with time you'll get unsteady and finally you'll fall. Tip number 7. Don't write anything down. You probably know those people who write everything in their notebooks. They have notebooks for that. They write words, phrases, some new information, ideas, nota-bene words. They just waste paper. Don't do that. Save forests. And anyway, you remember everything, like that thing the other day I was planning to do. Tip number 8. Looking up words is a waste of time. Don't waste your time looking the correct pronunciation, translation of the words. First of all, with Pronunciation is quite easy. You just can guess that. Look. Bus, pot. Heart, bard. Lord, ward. Daughter, laughter. Chair, mechanic. Reward, forward. Well, you get the idea. Secondly, if you're already sitting with an open dictionary, just look the first variant given. They always give you the most popular and the best results in the beginning, just as Google. Tip number 9. Culture of people from other countries is boring. Let's face it, you already know a bunch of things about the country's language of which you're learning. Did that help you? I don't think so. Will that? I doubt that. England, the Queen. Scotland, kilt. The US, hamburgers. Canada, maple syrup. Australia, kangaroos. Isn't that enough? We aren't at natural studies lesson, are we? Tip number 10. Communicate with people only in your language. Don't smile. Ever. Let's imagine you're in London looking for a museum, for instance. I can't imagine why a person would like to visit a museum in the first place. Maybe to take some awesome selfies? A friend of mine went to Egypt 3 times. Do you know how many times she visited pyramids? Not any. Do you know why is that? There are no shops there. Who am I to judge her? I love shopping. So, you're in London looking for a museum. There are crowds of people there and you should try to find someone who is just hanging about with no particular purpose. That would be a native Londoner. Tap him on the shoulder, crying out, "Hey you!" in your native language. "Hey ты!" He might not get that from the first time, but he will be willing to help. And why wouldn't he? You came to this country spending hundreds of pounds, leaving them all to their budget. So, if he doesn't understand you from the first time, repeat the same phrase but louder. Remember, the louder you speak, the more chances you get that he finally understands you. Где музей? Use different combinations of the same phrase. Где музей? Музей где? Где музей? Sometimes it takes 3 times or even more. If by magical accident he actually helps you, don't bother thanking him. He's already wasted too much of your time, so just walk away. And anyway, he won't understand you. That was it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you never use those tips in your life, and happy April Fool's Day, and see you next time. Bye! Secondly, if you're already sitting, why sitting? What's the word sitting? You might know that even if you have a bill. Oh, oi. Okay. You're not making it easier for me, are you? Sit down.